Well, hello again. I don't know, I think this is the sixth time, but I'm super grateful to be with you. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Dean Nixon with Turningleaf Wellness Center, normally out of sunny St. George, Utah, but today I'm coming to you live from El Cajon, California, just outside a suburb of sunny San Diego, which is currently a little overcast. And wanted to spend a few minutes with you on New Year's Eve. I am super, super excited for this year and the things that are going to be coming towards us in 2019. This is promising to be one of the years of transformation, one of the years of strength and rebirth in a lot of ways for a lot of people. Regardless of what you believe in, the one thing that I will tell you that everybody can believe in that will change your life, and that is the belief in positivity and positive thinking. So yesterday, for some of you that are in the Move Your Feet group, which is a group that is for a lot of the individuals that have been through level 1 or more of the emotional growth seminars, I was sharing that I was at the Self-Realization Fellowship yesterday in San Diego area, which is such a beautiful, beautiful retreat. It really centers on self-reflection, and it really centers on the yogi mind and that meditation mindset and transformation and transcendence. And yesterday, as I walked the cliffs and walked the different gardens that they have there, meditation gardens, it was such a powerful, powerful experience for me to be able to listen to the ocean waves, to be able to hear the seagulls flying above, and to watch the different people walking the garden path as well. And everybody there was there for a purpose. Their purpose was to really find peace and to become grounded. And it was such a very, very spiritual experience for me. One of the messages that I received yesterday from that walk, from that time at the gardens, was the message of the ocean. And the ocean is always giving and taking, never hanging on. And as the waves come in, it gives, and as the waves recede, it takes, but it never hangs on to the moments, yet it is an eternal sphere. It is an eternal mechanism that continues to change the world and change the way we are in our lives, from our ecosystem to our climates to so many different pieces of who we are. And as I was really pondering on that, I was thinking about this year coming forward and realizing that in order for us to really become powerful in our lives, we have to learn to let go to create space. Now, for some of us, we have a lot of hurt and a lot of pain and a lot of trauma from our past, things that have affected us in an adverse way, memories, events, things that may have been said or done to us, things that we have lost, maybe it's loved ones or time or opportunities. And when we hang on to these things from the past, they can be very, very stifling. They can keep us from moving ourselves forward because we're so fixated on the things that have hurt us in the past. And again, in previous lives, I talk about how depression is hanging on to the past, and then the anxiety is the fear of the future. And a lot of our fear of the future comes from that need to control what's coming towards us, rather than, again, using the example of the ocean and recognizing that the ocean doesn't fixate on where it's going to breach. It doesn't fixate on where it's meeting the shore, the sands. It doesn't fixate on the obstacles. It just keeps moving, and it keeps giving, and it keeps taking in a very symbiotic way. And so as I think about those things that we hang on to, even the joys, even the things that we cherish, one of the things that we have a lot in our lives is the more that we create and the more that we gain in our lives, the more afraid we become. And it's a very interesting little phenomenon. The more things that we obtain, the more people in our lives, the more people that we feel love and grounding and contentment with, the more we want to hang on and the more afraid we become. I remember as a father, when my children, especially my oldest children, would be going to play at a friend's house or off to school, or they were out of my care at the moment, and how scared I was, how mortified I was, and how much I was afraid of all the awfulizing things that could happen. And that's where our imagination really this year in 2019, I want to challenge us this year to really work to control the imagination, to set boundaries with it. We are the ones that feed the subconscious. We feed the subconscious with our daily thoughts. And when we allow our imagination to run wild with the awfulizing of what could happen and what may happen and what should happen, all of these types of things start to feed the subconscious. The subconscious creates the connection to the mind and the body, and we have to really be aware of how that affects us, our physical health, our mental health, our emotional health. These are all things that we have control over. So as we have more in our lives and as we create more in our lives, and 2019 is a year where a lot of people are going to be creating more, especially connections to the world, connections in relationships, connections financially, connections physically, and start to attain and to reach. But the thing we have to remember as we attain and as we reach, we have to be willing to move on and carry these things with us as experiences and no more than that. Remember that everything that's presented to you is a lesson. It's a lesson. And whether it be pain or pleasure, it's a lesson. So if we try to hang on to things, they don't become lessons, they become stones that weigh us down, and they keep us from moving our feet forward. And the more burdened we become with the things that we're hanging on to, we become burdened with the things that we want to not lose, or maybe they're the things that we can't get past. But all of those things that we hang on to, we carry, and we become heavier and heavier and heavier, and we become more and more full of fear. We either become full of fear of losing the things that we've created, or losing the things that are a part of our lives, or we become afraid of the things that have happened to us in a traumatic way before happening again. And that fear of them happening again becomes so powerful, and it becomes so real as we pass that power, that intention onto the imagination. Now, here's where I want to challenge us. I want to challenge us heading into the new year. I want to challenge us with a couple things. The first thing I want to challenge us with is I want to challenge us, as I was speaking earlier, to have healthier boundaries around our imaginations. We have the power to control that imagination. We have the ability to send it off after pictures of ways that we may be hurt, or ways we may lose what we've gained, or we can send our imagination off to joyous things, imagining pleasures and imagining joy in our life, imagining the things that we used to imagine as children, and really connect and have healthy boundaries with that imagination. The second thing that I would want to challenge us with going into this New Year's Eve especially, is I really want you to be focused on your intentions. What are your intentions? And what is it that you want to create? The midnight hour, when it strikes wherever you are, whether you're in New York, whether you're in Michigan, whether you are in San Diego, California, or St. George, Utah, where so many of my loved ones are right now, wherever you are, when that midnight hour comes and we transition from 2018 to 2019, I want to challenge you to really be focusing on what it is that you want to create. What do you want 2019 to bring you? Now, we have a wonderful workshop coming up in 2019 in a couple weeks on intentions and goals and intentions workshop. And one of the things that I'll be working on and teaching people in this workshop is that most of the time the intentions that we set are reactionary. They're reaction to what we don't want instead of what we do want. And that's the kick. That's the piece that's going to be so important for you this New Year's Eve. Instead of sitting down with your intentions, instead of sitting down with your goals, instead of sitting down with all of those things that you want to have that are all burdened and predicated upon what you don't want in your life or what you're afraid of in life, those are things that you want to shift right now before that time comes. You want to shift that. Instead of being a reaction, you want to shift it to something else. Let me give you an example. If Kate were here right now, I could feel it. I could feel you, Kate. You're saying to me, well, give me an example. What does that even mean? I'll give that to you. So here's the example. If I'm saying to myself, in 2019, I want to lose weight. Okay, well, why? Why do I want to lose weight? Well, because I'm fat, because I can't fit my jeans, because I've gone up 3 sizes and I've got all my skinny clothes hanging in my closet and I can't get rid of them. And all of this is reactive. It's reactive to how we don't want to be, or what we're afraid of being, or what we perceive as ourselves in a self-loathing way instead of in a self-accepting way. So if we shift that, we shift it to something more positive, where we say, I want to become more healthy in 2019. I want to learn and understand my body. I want to understand the nutritional aspects that help me lose weight or gain weight, but I want to be able to be physically healthy enough to do the activities that bring me joy and peace. And I want to feel healthy in my clothing. I want to feel healthy in the way that I walk and talk and feel, so that my confidence is boosted. Now that is a healthy intention, and that now becomes more powerful. We can do the same thing with finances. We can do the same thing with friends. We can do the same thing with all of the different interactions and different aspects of who we are. We cannot allow our intentions of 2019, we cannot allow them to be rooted in a reaction or fear. It needs to be connected to what we want to manifest in our lives, that will bring us joy and that will bring us happiness, and most importantly, can be true to us. And that's one of the other things that we'll be working on in the workshop, is the things that I choose, the things that I want to take in, they need to be realistic. Now, for me, if I said, okay, 2019, I want to play basketball, and I want to take LeBron one-on-one, and I want to beat him. That's my intention for 2019. Now, that's absolutely unrealistic because of the fact I am not a basketball player. But I'm sure I can practice. I'm sure I can become better. I'm sure I can become stronger as a basketball player. But that's not a realistic or a healthy one for me. But what if I said something along the lines of, I want to become stronger and more athletic. I want to be able to play sports. I want to be able to play basketball, and it would be cool if I could play one-on-one with LeBron. That would be awesome. There's amazing things that we can see in a different light rather than a reactive light. And we also need to make sure that the things that we intend are connected to what is a reality for us and what is realistic for us. So as we're challenging, I'm challenging you with your intentions. I'm challenging you with your imagination. I'm challenging you to make sure that your intentions are realistic. And as that comes, that 12 o'clock hour, which is going to come for each of us, and for my family, it will come an hour before me. I will be here in San Diego waiting for that hour, bringing in the wonderful vibes and really planning out the life that we want to create for ourselves. The one thing, again, before I let you go, one of my last challenges to you. Let 2000 let 2019 be a year of kindness. A year of kindness towards yourself. a year of kindness to others, a kindness with your self-talk. You are the most amazing gift God has given you. Your Creator has given you. The universe has given you. Whatever you believe in, Buddha, Allah, whoever it is, has given you this amazing experience of life, and it is not meant to be spent being cruel and harsh and mean to yourself and to others around you. I always say the Beatles got it right. It's all love. It's all about love. And we've got to love each other. We've got to love ourselves. And as we go into 2019 at the hour of 12, I challenge you to take all these things forward with you. And most importantly, I challenge you to take kindness and have kindness as your vanguard, as the tip of the spear of what you want to create in 2019. I'm so grateful to be able to be live with you right now. Thank you, everybody that is watching. Stay with us. Continue watching. We've got some exciting things coming for through 2019. For those of you that have not done Level 1 seminar yet, it's a life-changing experience. I guarantee that if you allow yourself to participate in this process, in this seminar, it is absolutely life-changing. Also, the workshops that are coming up, so many amazing things. So, on behalf of myself, and I'm sure Kate will hopefully pop on live here after me to have her voice in what we're moving forward. Everybody at Turning Leaf, thank you, everybody. If you feel so inspired by this, please like and share it so that we can get our reach and our love and our kindness out farther. Thank you, everybody. And signing off from San Diego until next week when Kate and I will be coming at you on Monday Night Live.